Students, today I'm going to discuss something which I have been thinking over a long time to do. As you can see in the video's name, it's about econometrics, and I'm going to say that why we should actually study this econometrics. What is the basic structure, and can we do it without using a pen? Because every time when I opened a book in my college and university days, whether it is Woolridge, whether it is Madela or Gujarati, one of the well-known books. So all these books starts with a lot of extra things, and I really got transfixed into the world of information. So now what is this? What is this econometrics? Why we need it? For example, if you have to explain the logic behind watching this video, why are you watching this video? The basic logic is you want to learn, say, and within that also another second logic is you want to get a good marks in the examination. Third, you want to be interview ready. For example, you are maybe seeing it for a data science course, or maybe you are just interested about the econometrics and want to do your research on this. Or fifth, maybe you are thinking to getting into the world of econometrics or taking it as a subject in your masters. So whatever it is, in econometric structure, there is a very big thinking is always involved. So I have given you 5 reasons of watching this video, but there may be thousands of other reasons which is not directly added. For example, right now this video can accidentally come in front of you. Seems like a very interesting topic, so you have gone. Maybe in your college days you had econometrics, you did a very good score, but you want to just revisit it again without any particular logic. So these kind of thinking is actually the basic reasons of your watching this video again. So here every time we see y equal to a plus bx. So x is one logic, that is I want to score well. If I write y equal to a plus bx1 plus cx2, means x1 and x2 two variables I am adding. So the second logic is coming. In that way I have given you 5 logic. So x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. These are all independently coming from outside of the system. Okay. So there are 5 independent variables. So what is the dependent variable? The y. Means why are you watching this video? Okay. So in econometrics we try to explain the unexplained. That is, if you are watching this video, these are the 5 logics I can identify, but there are many other logics together. So and that is being given by the epsilon, EI. What is this? Is the unexplained variation, fluctuation, changes, alterations in any variable's behavior. Here you are acting as a socio-economic variable who is watching this video in order to gain some knowledge. This is the basic logic, and this may thing can be transformed into some other structure. Maybe x is dependent on x1, x2, maybe x2 is dependent on x3, x4. So these independent variables are dependent on each other. So these create some kind of imbalances into the system, and we lead to many of the errors like heteroscedasticity, autocorrelation. Whenever we are trying to find the relationship between two different types of data, x1 has different values, x2 has different values. Now are we there to relate them? Should they be related? For example, I say a school has 2 types of students, boys and girls, and the entire boys have this characteristic and the girls have this characteristics. But if I just say this, so does all the boys have the same characteristics? Answer is no. School class wise, section wise, socio-economically wise, father's income wise, marks wise, we have the distinction. In our school, let me just tell you, we had 4 sections, and the sections were A, B, C and D. As you can say, A is the best class, B is okay, C is relatively bad student, and D is the wretched. So whenever teachers get to see us doing any bad thing, they didn't ask us the class. They first asked us which section you are. So if we end up saying A, then we used to get a good treatment from him. He said you are a good student. But if we say we are from C or D, whoa, then he already knew that we are in the war zone. So let's scold them. The scolding was relatively higher. Okay. In my very early days, so I understood this thing. So getting into the best section was the basic reason of this kind of school, getting away of this kind of school. So in econometrics also, every variable doesn't want to get out of the system. The importance of the variable is depending on how it can explain the fluctuations in the dependent variable. So x1, x2, x3, x4 may be explaining y, but the amount of explanation being provided by x1 may be higher than x2 or x3. Okay, so as these explanatory variables, levels of explanation are also different, so that is also being discussed into econometrics. So econometrics is about these kind of stuff. It is not a part of statistics, but the students of statistics study it, students of economics study it, students of data science study it, student of, obviously you can take econometrics as a subject as well, but mostly it is a part or a subsection. And remember that while in the upcoming days of your life, whenever you see these videos or my videos again, remember that whenever we try to answer a question in econometrics, our target is not to find just an answer. It is to find that how the variables are related. The relationship level, how can it be determined? For example, a boy and girl can be determined in how many relationships? First, mother and son. The boy's first relationship with the mother. Second. This is first. You cannot get anything before than this. Second relationship, maybe sister and brother. Third relationship is maybe friend. Fourth, maybe girlfriend or wife. And fifth, father and daughter. Okay, and then grandfather and granddaughter, great grandfather, great granddaughter, in that way. There are like 6 or 7 relationships. That's it. Now, if two persons are just colleagues to each other, they are not friends, they are not sister brother, they are not boyfriend girlfriend, they are not husband wife. So they are just acquaintances. So as you can see, all the boys and girls relationships are very important, but the most important relationship is with your mother, and this is unarguable. So if you think that you have a very better bonding with your girlfriend or wife than your mother, then you are wrong, completely wrong. So this is so your mother with respect to, and you can, if you are a girl, you can also think in the exactly opposite way. Okay, but I am keeping that aside. I am just only putting one side. Okay. As being a boy, it is not boy anymore. As being a man, it is easier for me to proceed in this way. Okay. So now, is the relationship with your mother is the best relationship. Now, obviously, you have a good relationship with your sister, but that is not that high bondage. So the bonding is relatively less. So obviously, in this entire structure of understanding, we can proceed in this way, that the acquaintance relationship is the least important and the maximum importance is provided to the mother and son relationship. Okay, and this may be compared with your relationship with your daughter. Okay, after some point of time, and so we have managed to explain the variable interactions, and without using a pen till now. And obviously you must have some questions in your mind, which you can shoot me directly to my website comments, or directly WhatsApp me, or you can just write in the comment section. Okay.